Hello, 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 and welcome. I'm putting out a video for next week, just preparing for Monday. Had an amazing week this past week and looking forward to trading with the group, with our community in the up and coming week. So I'm going to start out with SPY, and I'm only going to do a couple, just SPY and Tesla for now, and just kind of get us set up. So I'm on the 4 hour chart, 4 hour time frame. And I want to just point out a couple things. What we're looking at here, we had a gap to fill, which we filled. The gap was here. I've already removed it off my chart. It was originally right in here. We filled it on Friday and then some. So very interesting. My target level was 539. I've now adjusted that to 538. And of course, um, I will have all of my levels reposted and updated in the Discord server under Metal TA. And now I have a camera, so hello everyone. So taking a look at SPY, my upper level, which is what I was looking to see if we were going to cross Thursday, Friday last week. The 564, we did not. So on Thursday, we actually came down below the 555 level, which I'm going to put that in here. That was a major level. I need to keep that on my chart. So 555 was a big level that we struggled getting below it here. Here you can see we're in this like in a channel, but once we got out of this channel, we went all the way down to 538, came back, kind of went up about halfway. This is most likely a level. I'll put this in a minute. Came back up, shot straight down, just ignored all of this. This is back on the 2nd and 3rd of August, and came all the way down to 510.25 area, 510.50. Came back up. We created a gap here. We created another gap here. So my thoughts are on Monday, Tuesday of next week, we should, if we have continuation to the downside, so if we do not end up bouncing off this and pushing back up, I believe we're going to continue down at least to fill this gap. And in reality, unless we have a stutter around these levels right here, which we could, I see us getting below this, filling this gap, and going all the way down. Does that happen on Monday? No, I mean, I don't know. I didn't think all of this would happen on Friday, but I don't think we're going to move that much on just on Monday. Maybe it'll be a Monday. It may have a little bit of pullback at this area, and then say Tuesday, Wednesday, continuation to here. If we drop this level, once again, we have this big level, and then we're really getting down into crazy territory. So if we get down to 510, guys, we are in a downtrending market, in my opinion. We are flipping the script. We zoom out on the daily chart. That is this level here. We could possibly not be flipping the script until maybe it is. Maybe I'm a little ahead of myself. I think 490, 425, 495 area. If we get below that, I think we're going to have some more of a downtrending, more long-term downtrend. However, it doesn't matter to us, right? We're going to trade either way. We're going to trade either direction, and using the strategies that we use, we're going to be profitable. So I have no issue with which direction we're going. We just want to have a clear understanding of what we're looking at. And so I do need to put in this one level right here. Let me get back to a 30-minute chart on SPY. And excuse me one second. I'll be right back 1 second. All right, all right, all right. Sorry about that. My daughter, she needed something. So, okay. So anyhow, let me get back to where I was at. Just putting up a level right here in between because this could become a potential pullback. And I'll put in some fibs real quick. We can check out the fibs and see what we may be up against. 547.50. I'm not sure what is going on. I think I messed up my chart. It doesn't allow me to drag to the left. I can't go any further even though I'm back 180 or 360 days. I'll have to find out what I did to mess that up. So I'm going to put this at 548. That'll be close enough. Just remember, guys, when you have levels, it's not an exact line. We're trading to a zone, right? It's an area. If you notice right here, we have some that are just below. We have some that came close, a little, some that wicked over, or when I say some, price action has in that area or that zone. So I would recommend if you put these in and you're not real sure how to trade them, just go and draw in a little box, a rectangle, use the rectangle tool, draw it in to where you cover both sides of your line, and that way intraday when you're trading, it will remind you, hey, don't make knee-jerk reactions based off of, just getting close or getting right at the line. If you get near if you get near the cloud and you start rejecting, then you know that the rejection or the move is potentially on. So anyhow, that's just something I recommend putting in the clouds so that it helps you. I don't use them anymore because I'm just used to it and I pay attention to price action even though it comes down near it. If I see it starting to push up before it gets right to it, then I know that it's reached its zone and that either the buyers or the sellers have stepped in. So this is SPY. This is what I'm looking at. I will be ready to trade if we break below 538. And when we break below a major level like this, I'm not going to just hop in right away. I will wait for a break and a retest, and then I get in. No reason to get into any hurries. Um, we're going to most likely we will get a pullback of some sort. Now let me get to my time frame 1 hour. I want to look at the fibs. So if we use fibs from Friday, what a move on Friday, guys. And then I'm going to do so that makes sense. I just wanted to see what the fibs were from here from Thursday all the way to Friday. That puts us back up to the 100%. So we could actually see downside even if we get a retracement back up to the 50, or you could get it to the 60, 61.8 or 70. Some people use 70. Um, Usually I do not like clearing this because then I feel like maybe the trend is now going the other direction. That's not a guarantee. But so what we're going to look for next week is maybe a move up to the 544.73 ish area and then look for a price to start weakening and then a turnaround back to the downside. If we get that, that will be a perfect opportunity for us to enter for puts back down to the 538. We'll want to see if we get below the 538, get a retest, and then a push down to the next level down. We could also look for a push up to the 548 and get a rejection off of that level. So we need to, just pay attention to each one. Make sure, just take your time, be patient, um, watch the price action. And when you see that you're getting your flip, then or your move, then that's when you take action. You get in the trade. Also, if you saw a second ago, the 50% retracement is right in this area. So we could even have a move up to here and even a bigger move down. That would that would include this full move, 50%, and then a drop down. Of course, we're talking a longer term, not just happening in one day. Um, but that's what we need to pay attention to. So on Monday, if we get a rejection and a push up off the 538, definitely going to be in calls, at least up to this area. I'll be looking to see what price action does in this area here and see if it's going to start coming back down to take profit, or if we get above this area, we may want to take profit at the 548. Of course, that's 10 points. That's a big move. Don't know that we're going to get that. I'm thinking we're going to get to the 50%, maybe at max 61.8, but we'll see. We'll see what happens on Monday. We may have so much weakness in the market that this could eventually just keep going straight down. So, um, we'll have to just watch it and plan accordingly. I'm going to leave that on my chart. Well, actually, I'll put it on my actual default chart. And don't forget the gap levels. I'll give you the gap levels are 536.28 is the top side gap, 533.20, 533.27 is the bottom of the gap on this one, and 521.84. Of course, these don't have to be exact, but this is just where the gap starts and ends on mine. 521.84 top, 518.66 bottom. I'm having a hard time seeing because I have in new contacts. I've been going through testing contacts, multifocal, because my eyes are just horrible. Um, anyway, you'll probably see me blinking a lot. I can feel them in my eyes, so probably not the best ones for me. So anyhow, that's what we're looking at on SPY. Pretty simple, pretty easy to see the levels. I can't wait to trade on Monday. I really can't. Next week's going to be a banger of a week, I think. And then I also went ahead and started Tesla. So, and I want to give a little bit of background to what I was looking for on Tesla. Thursday, I did really well on Tesla. If you didn't see that video, or if you did see that video, you can, go check it out. I had a recap. I should have, it was the one that I had, 4,300 is what it should have been. It wasn't. It was like $2,300 profit. That's because I didn't take profit properly on Thursday. But anyway, I'll put that behind me and move forward. Oh, I did forget to show something on. Let me finish SPY. Sorry. Let me go back to SPY. I wanted to also show you the long LRC and the way I apply my long LRC. So I call it the long LRC. It's the linear regression channel. It's this one right here, the R with two lines. Okay, so what I do here is I just go in and I draw a line and try to get it kind of to the close to pivot points, and you can see it kind of does it automatically for you, right? Now I've already fine-tuned this, and this is what I give the guys in the Discord. Not every day, but I try to give as much as I can. I write down what my settings are, and I'll post these in the Discord so they can copy them. And I'm just doing that now so that I can match it and then also show you what I was looking at. or at about 7 a.m. So it doesn't have to be exact, guys. We can be close enough. Okay, so I've got that. I'll leave that on my chart. And here is, so that's a long LRC. That's how I use it. Oh, also, I'm going to bring this up for you real quick. If you're new to the linear regression channel and how I use it and how we use it in our Discord when we're trading daily, we trade live together as a group, a community. It's awesome. Uh, if you're interested, come just check the link down below. I'll put a link in there for a link to my Discord channel. And so this it's the coefficient area is what you're going to change. You will put in zero point 0.5 minus 0.5, 1 minus 1, 1.5 minus 1.5, 2, and minus 2. And of course, if you want to um, just like practice or test different areas, you can go between those areas, 0.25. They all basically work. I just like to go with the ones that I selected so far. That could change in the future, but if you notice what we're looking at here with the long LRC, and I'm going to drill down to a 1 hour. That was on a 4 hour, but you can do it on a 1 hour. Um, I will just kind of give you a little overview of how it's used, and then I'll show you on a 2 minute time frame how just amazing, or a 5 minute, how amazing it is. So this is the mean, the pink line. You can see that it right here, right here. Now remember, this is an area, it's not an exact science. So you have to watch what price action does around that area. You start seeing it go up, you know you're probably pushing to the next deviation or next coefficient. This is under the standard deviation also. So this is these are the deviations that I just called out. This is the mean, which is 0. You have your 0.5, 1, 1.5, and then 2. You can't see that. You have 0.5 here, minus 1, minus 1.5, and then 2 is my orange for my bottom. But you can see what we did right here on Thursday of last week, pre-market. We sat and consolidated on this. Same thing happened here. Um, Prior to me changing this long LRC, the long LRC was actually ending right here. Okay. And it did the exact same thing. It consolidated and then dropped. Right here, this was a pre-market time frame, consolidated, and once it got through our long LRC, it dropped. And so we noticed this is becoming a trend through this LRC, or the long LRC. I call it the long LRC because daily we trade the regular LRC, so I just try to use that to, so that the team, they know what I'm calling out when I'm saying, hey, the price is touching the upper long LRC. Kind of gives us an idea of when to take profit, because a lot of times when you push up to a level like this, unless you break and retest and go above, you usually get like a rejection like you did here, right here. So what I'm looking to see happen, and I'm thinking, if you go back and look, this is probably going to be close to um, this would be the 50% over the 2. Remember how I had mentioned, like, that would be the extreme retracement. That that could very well be what happens, which would put us back up to this level here. So it's very possible, and it's just kind of nice to have this as a guide. Say we get rejections here and we're trading, and then we get above this, you can look for it to hit this again and reject, and then push back down and possibly get down to this one, and then get below this one. You see what I mean? These become areas of support and resistance. and we just have to pay attention to them and see what price does around them. Sometimes sometimes they flush through them. Not typical though. They almost always give some sort of hesitation. So for instance, if you look at right here, let me zoom in on that area. If you look right here, it did come down. It hit. Had a little bit of fluctuation. You can see it consolidated sideways right on this long LRC, and then finally, boom, straight through it, and then it went down, consolidated again on this one, hit right around it, pushed up, pushed down, had a tough time getting through it, came back down to our 510.25 area, 510 area, pushed back up, consolidated on this blue line for quite some time, and then basically just kind of hovered around that one. This is my minus one deviation. Then once it got back above, it was kind of off to the races, and then it traded back up to this one. So anyway, that's the important part of the long LRC. Didn't mean to get so long-winded with that, but I wanted to show you how I use it and how we set it up for intraday trading. And I will go down to a 2 minute and just show you how it looks on a 2 minute. So when we're trading during the day, we'll see this right here. Okay, price gets up. It This is around 8:30 in the morning. We had this consolidation on the long LRC. We had when market opened at 9:30, it was above this one, pushed up, came back down, still kind of struggling with this long LRC. But once you hit this level coming back down, it's really almost like the 548 didn't exist, honestly. It was as if the market was really focusing in this area here, because once we got past this on another retest, it was off to the races, just straight downside move. So sometimes you can really just, I've even considered possibly trying to trade, although I just truly respect my support resistance levels, which are my horizontal lines, so much that I doubt I will do it. But I have thought about just trading the long LRC now as my support resistance, because they tend to be so spot on and accurate. So, but anyhow, I would have waited for this move right here and got in. That's just the way I trade, just to be safe. I trade very conservatively as far as wanting to make sure I clear certain levels before I get in. So okay, so now back to Tesla. Tesla, I already have the long LRC, the support resistance levels put on here for you. So on Friday, I was actually prepared to, because Thursday I did really well trading a it was supposed to be a swing trade, but I got in it, held it. I was up almost $3,000. I sold it for around 1,200. I got out of it because it started going down, which was smart because the price continued going down. I did get out of it. What wasn't smart is I didn't trade it when price hit my long LRC, and it also hit my target level was 235, and it literally, the high of that day was exactly 235, and for whatever reason I just got greedy and wanted to get more and more out of it, and so I ended up giving back more than I almost what, $1,800, $2,000. So anyhow, I was expecting, because the price action looked pretty good, it kind of pivoted down but then started moving back up pre-market. I really was looking for Tesla to go ahead and go to fill this gap. This is the gap area right here. I'll call these numbers out to you. It's probably going to take a while to get to it now, but the high of the gap is 246.38. Low of the gap was 235. Um, and so I was expecting on Friday Tesla. I was prepared to get into another swing trade. I was actually going to go much heavier this time. But we had rejections and it kept me out of it. So that's why it's so important to uh, focus on price action and the rest of the market as a whole. But this is what happened on Friday. We just had it followed the market and dumped. I mean, look, that's just incredible. I did get a little bit of a Tesla trade in on Friday, but now look what we're looking at. So here are the levels. I have 210.50. You can call that 210, 210.50. It's going to be close enough. That's where we came down and stopped on Friday. And in pre-market, we stayed above it. We rejected it. So we could have another push off. And if you notice, I drew this trend line right here. Each time we hit it, we rejected it. So I'm thinking we may push back up and get to maybe another 50% retracement. If the market is going down, we could look for a push back up to around the 222 level, which is going to be right at a 50% retracement. You can kind of visually just see that, and maybe a move back to the downside for continuation down. But the next level down is 203, and then I have 195 below that. Also, I'll be paying attention to my long LRCs as we go. Um, the long LRC, you can see it has lined up with several of the major pivot um, support and resistance levels, which is excellent when we see that happen. So anyhow, that's my take on Tesla. I'm just gonna watch and see what it does. We may have I'll look for uh, a potential pullback. Let me get my drawing tools up. I'm going to look for a potential pullback maybe to this long LRC, which will probably be a 32.8% retracement, or back up to the 222, which will be roughly a 50% retracement, and then a push back down. And then if that happens and we come down, I'm expecting it to clear the 210.50, but we could get a double bottom and then a push back up. And we also could get some strength on Monday and push this right on through all these levels. I don't know that it's going to get through all of them, but it did on Friday. It went right through every single level like they weren't even there. So I'm definitely excited to see what's going to happen on Friday. And also, instead of this and this, we may get this and this, right? We may get a whole nother leg down um, to the 203 level. So, which is also right there close to the other long LRC level or line. So anyhow, that is my take on this Monday's trade starting out. What I'm preparing for as the weekend goes on, I will continue to um, I'll get all my levels ready for the other stocks that we trade: AMD, Amazon, Meta, Microsoft, SMCI, um, basically all the big boys, TSM, ARM, Coin. I haven't traded Coin in a while though. MU, Qualcomm, AVGO, or Broadcom. So anyhow, I will get those ready and I'll have them in the Discord. And if you like this video, please hit the like button. Subscribe if you want to see more content. I'm going to try to put out more content like this so everyone can be prepared for the next day with the levels. And if you are interested in joining a really fun and good trading community, come and join us in the Discord. The link will be in the description below. We'd love to have you, and I think you will benefit from what we are doing there. So far, we've been profitable every single day. This is it's a no BS strategy. We use price action and levels. I trade the LRC strategy. However, in conjunction that I trade pullback strategies, I trade your typical market structure strategies. If we see a head and shoulders setting up, we call it out. We trade it as a group sometimes. And the best part about having a great community is they each individual see different things. They call them out. We analyze them, and we can get right into those trades. So it's really it's really awesome. So I hope to see you there, and I will see you on the next video. Thanks for watching.